have a procedure in place. To discuss these kinds of things when they happen.
Hi, I'm Mark from Tranquility. We did make one, after having it between 11:30 and 1 o'clock, a basic kind of mediation space where people can come and discuss any conflict and just be listened to actually and try and come to some kind of resolution. I don't know if we can actually really man that every day, but maybe on particular days we could do that. From a conflict resolution charity that want to come and help us with mediation. So maybe that might be an idea that we actually have a few days and specific times when we can do actually mediation. And I think it's quite good. But obviously the parties will need to want to come to that actually, because if the parties don't want to come to that, then yeah, we can't obviously mediate.
Okay, so we're going to leave that issue to the side for now. The Tranquility team, as you heard, have a system in place. Okay, we're going to move on now to the second part of the General Assembly, which is where we break up into discussion groups. And the theme we're running today is continued on from the last two General Assemblies, which was yesterday at 1 p.m. and the day before that at 7 p.m. And that is to do with the issue of the Corporation of London issuing us with that statement. There's a quick announcement from Surplus. They would like volunteers for the morning to come and man it. Anybody who has any pallets, or they could bring some to put underneath, and also to respect the tent and not leave any litter inside. Thank you.
How many of you not have worked or are working? 30%. 30%. What? What do you mean?
You're not paying for this. You're not paying for this.
I am paying for it. Sorry. I am paying 70% of them. The other 30% from work. So bollocks.
Your part of your contribution. Thank you. Some people work. Okay, so what we're going to do now is break up into these discussion groups. As I was saying, the theme for tonight is the City of London. They've given us an ultimatum. That is to remain here until 2 months if we significantly downscale the cap, or to not do that and face an immediate court proceeding. So this is something we're discussing for some time.
This is the first time I've been here. It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
The idea of democracy. That's what it's all about. Those bastards. We're not living in democracy, we're living in a... Well, I don't know, but it's not democracy.
the proposal for the discussion today, and we're continuing on the topic of the slight ultimatum that the City of London has given us. What it is pros and cons to number one, scaling down. Number two, refusing outright, holding the space and preparing for legal action. The third one is obviously leaving. If you want to discuss it, go ahead, but I thought I'd leave it out. So those are the two ultimatums that we've been given. We suggested 3 pros and 3 cons. If you could get into working groups of around 10 and chat about it for about 15 minutes, that would be fantastic. What we've also found out in the last half an hour is we received an email from the City of London outlining legal specificities, if that's a word, very large and very hard to digest. So our solicitor is going to condense it, and on Monday we're going to have a sheet that everybody is going to get and be able to read before discussing it at the 7 PM assembly. For those who weren't here before, scaling back, the City of London said they wanted a visible scaling back, and what they suggested was, if you can imagine or see how far our tents go towards the shops, about half of that. So yeah, a lot taken away. Was everybody here at the last meeting where we talked about the ultimatum? Do you want me to go through it and explain it a bit more? So, yeah, what the representative said was there's 3 main opinions coming from behind him. Number 1 is leave. Number 2 is scale down. Number 3 is a time frame, for us to give a time frame. But what they said outright is that they want us out by the turn of the year. So by the 1st of January we have to be gone. What they offered us was effectively what they offered us was a 2-month extension. This has quite a lot of implications because it's pretty much more than we could have ever asked for in a legal case. So
Right, hi, is anybody from Tranquility please here? Can you please come to the front right now please? Thank you.
Right, fantastic. Whilst we're sorting that out, can you guys start breaking up into your groups for discussion? There's a clarifying point here.
One question, it's been put that there are 3 options, time scale or scale down. Can I get clarified that remaining here for 2 months is dependent on scaling down? Okay, so there's 2 options.
There are 2 options, yeah. I mean, the options are this. We can leave now of our own free will. We can stay, but significantly downscale the size of the camp immediately, and then we can have 2 months here. Or we can refuse that offer and refuse the first offer, which is to leave voluntarily, and they will immediately start proceedings against us. Those are the 2 very general options available.
Just the question, they cannot move us from St. Paul's property, so it's not about like us, it's only St. Paul's property, only their property, it's not St. Paul's.
So I think that needs to be clear.
That's true, but most of the camp is on their property. And in terms of the court proceedings, they will be able to fast-track the court proceedings. We will not have many grounds to drag it out. It will happen quickly.